Kakia, also known as Cacia, was a figure in Greek mythology who personified vice and immorality. She was often depicted as a vain, plump, and heavily made-up woman dressed in revealing clothes. In Greek mythology, Kakia was the counterpart to Arete, who represented virtue. Kakia was considered to be the embodiment of all that was morally wrong in ancient Greek society. She was associated with behaviors such as greed, dishonesty, and selfishness. In many stories, Kakia was portrayed as a seductress who used her beauty and charm to lead people astray and tempt them into engaging in sinful behavior. In some myths, Kakia was described as a temptress who lured men into committing immoral acts. She was often depicted as a cunning and manipulative figure who used her feminine wiles to exploit others for her own gain. Kakia was also linked to the idea of excess, as she encouraged people to indulge in their desires without considering the consequences of their actions. The physical appearance of Kakia was often described as being in stark contrast to her counterpart, Arete. While Arete was depicted as a dignified and virtuous woman, Kakia was portrayed as being vain and superficial. She was often shown wearing revealing clothing and heavy makeup, emphasizing her focus on outward appearances rather than inner qualities. Despite her negative portrayal in mythology, Kakia served an important role in Greek society. Her presence served as a cautionary tale, warning people of the dangers of succumbing to immoral behavior and the consequences that could result from it. The contrast between Kakia and Arete highlighted the importance of striving for virtue and ethical conduct in one's life. Kakia's role as the personification of vice and immorality also played a significant role in religious and philosophical teachings. Her existence served as a reminder of the moral values and principles that were central to Greek society. She represented the darker aspects of human nature and the constant struggle between good and evil. In some stories, Kakia was depicted as a figure who was ultimately punished for her immoral actions. She was often portrayed as facing divine retribution for leading others astray and promoting sinful behavior. This served as a warning to those who were tempted to follow in her footsteps, reinforcing the idea that immorality would ultimately lead to suffering and punishment. Kakia's portrayal in Greek mythology also reflected the societal attitudes towards morality and ethics during the time. She represented the vices and flaws that were seen as detrimental to the well-being of individuals and society as a whole. The stories and myths surrounding Kakia served as a way for people to understand and navigate the complexities of human behavior and the consequences of their actions.